Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says the military offensive in Syria is not a land grab. He's criticised Ankara's allies for not supporting what he calls a fight against terrorists. Sinem Koseolgu is in Istanbul for us. So, Sinem, he's going to go to Sochi, we know, tomorrow. Is that basically a preview of his message?
Well, yeah, actually, President Erdogan once again repeated the same messages that he has been giving for a while. As you said, telling that Turkey doesn't have any aim of territorial gain in Syria, and Turkey is just after protecting the rights of the Syrian civilians who took refuge in Turkey after the civil war started in Syria. And he emphasized again that the deal that he made with the United States is a state-to-state deal. Turkey didn't sit around the table with what Turkey calls a terrorist organization, which is the YPG, as the offshoot of the Kurdistan Workers' Party for Turkey. And he repeated the same thing. And the countdown has started, and all officials have been saying today, including Foreign Minister Çavuşoğlu, tomorrow around Turkey local time, 8 p.m., which is around 32 hours, something like that. The temporary ceasefire is going to expire, and it will depend how whether the SDF forces, the YPG forces, will completely withdraw from the designated safe zone or not. Of course, this is important. Tomorrow is important for Turkey because the Astana trio, Russia, Turkey, and Iran, have been working on for a political solution inside Syria, and Syria is also a party in this Sochi meeting. And at the end of October 30, there will be the Geneva talks where they will discuss about the future of Syria. So this constitutional committee that Russia and Turkey agreed on, including Iran, and that they announced in the Turkish capital Ankara a few weeks ago, it's going to be an important step. And Turkey, Russia, and Iran are trying to work out a political solution process for Syria. That's why, through Sochi, President Erdogan aims to have a successful gain in Geneva talks for Syria in terms of political solution. But of course, again, he repeated the same messages because in today's organization, some of the speakers who were invited, they canceled their speeches because of Turkey's military operation in northeast Syria against YPG, and Erdogan accused those people for supporting terrorism and not supporting for democracy. So, Erdogan is still trying to explain his country. Yeah.
If I could just get in there, yeah. The US has confirmed that some of its forces are actually going to stay in Syria to try and control some of the country's oil fields. Any indication how Turkey might deal with that, might react to that?
Well, the U.S. troops, at the beginning, the U.S. troops announced that they pulled out from the designated safe zone, which is 32 kilometers from Turkey's southern border to down south, and the U.S. forces are there. And when you just go back to what U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said after their meeting with Erdogan in the Turkish capital Ankara last week, he said, from now on, we are not militarily engaged with the SDF. So they cut their military support, but of course, as also U.S. President Trump has stated before, they will keep on coordinating. Still, they see the SDF as a very instrumental tool in the fight against ISIL inside Syria. And Turkey. So this is actually an important step for Turkey as well. But as I said, everything depends on what they are going to be discussing with Russia and Iran tomorrow in Sochi.
All right, thanks so much, Sinem Koseolgu there.